Good afternoon, this is Talon. My channel is Old Guy Stuff at Busy Corner Lane. And today we're going to be comparing the saws that come on the Victorinox Ranger Grip knives and the Leatherman Surge. Now, let's talk about the Victorinox saws first. I'm choosing the Ranger Grip as opposed to the Swiss Army knives that are smaller, because these are the larger saws. And the larger saws, in my opinion, are going to be able to cut through the material I'm going to do better than the smaller saws. And we're going to see that with the Leatherman in a few minutes. Now, both these saws are identical, and they're 4 inches in length. The teeth are at a 90-degree angle to the actual cutting edge. So in other words, they go straight up and down, as opposed to the teeth on this particular blade that kind of goes inward toward where the tool would be. Now, since both of these are identical, I'm only going to use one of them for this comparison. So in this case, I'm going to use the Ranger Grip 71 Gardner, which I use every single day. Now, this other one is the Ranger Grip 79. I use that quite a bit, but I'm using this one in the garden every day, including using the saw. Now, let's talk about this Leatherman real quick. The first blade that we're going to demonstrate on the Leatherman is 2.5 inches in length, and it's also got teeth that are vertical to the cutting edge, okay, or at a 90-degree angle. So these are blades that are similarly set up, just one is only 60% of the length of the other. In other words, this 2.5-inch blade is 60% of the length of this 4-inch blade. And I do not use the entire blade length when I cut, so on the 4-inch blade, I'm going to be using about 3 3/4 inches, and on the 2.5-inch blade, I'm going to be using about 2 1/4 inch. And my theory is it's going to be making easier cuts with the Victorinox when I'm using the shorter blade on the Leatherman. So let us begin, and I will begin with the Victorinox. And we will be cutting on this piece of wood right here. It's not very big. It's got a 1-inch diameter. I have bigger material, but I think the results are pretty much going to be the same. So we'll go with this 1-inch piece right here. Note that I do cut 2x4s with this, and I've done that yesterday, as a matter of fact. So they can cut bigger material than 1 inch. I'm just using 1 inch for the demonstration. Okay, I'm going to put on my gloves. I always wear gloves when I'm using these tools as a saw. And that is just so my hand does not accidentally slip and maybe hit the blade. Okay, so it's just a safety thing for me. Okay, now I'm going to count the number of strokes. I'm not going to put hard pressure on it, and just so you can see the amount of pressure I'm going to put on, if I did this to my hand, that's how much pressure I'm going to put on it. You can see a little bit of coloration, but it's not even enough to cut my hand. And I choose to use very little pressure because I find that if I bear down on it and use a lot of pressure, it actually binds it up, so I'm going to make it take longer to cut. Okay, I'm going to get a couple starts. Okay, so here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 30, 40, 50. That binded up a little bit. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 96. Aspen Destroyer went right after it. He always comes by when I'm cutting. So 96. So let me get the Leatherman. Okay, now it's been my experience with this short blade on the Leatherman Surge that it takes about twice as many strokes. And since it took a little less than 100 for the Ranger Grip Gardner, and this blade has been used for about 4 years, so it's not necessarily the sharpest it could be, this is probably going to take a little less than 200, so this could be a while. Okay. Okay, all right. 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm going to stop there and just let us look at this wood for a moment. So let me pull this out of the vise. Okay, 100 strokes and it's only about halfway through, whereas it took 96 strokes with the Victorinox to make it all the way through. So the short blade is not the way to go on that. Okay, and that's the blade that came with the Leatherman. So I'm going to change out the blade to the other one that I went and bought, and then we're going to compare with that one. So give me a moment. Okay, the way we changed the blade, it's got this little mechanism right here, and just kind of slide that down. You got the T-shank, all right, and anything that's got the T-shank that's about that size is going to work. So I got the jigsaw blade from a local hardware store. It's got T-shank. I can put it in there. This closes right up, and now I'm ready to use it. Can't really see it at this angle, but I'm going to make the cut next to the other cut, and then when I hold it up we'll be able to see that there is this other cut in here. All right, here we go. The number to beat is 96. Okie dokie, here we go. 10, 20, 30. Aspen tried for it. So it went all the way through here in 32. That is 1/3 the amount from the Victorinox blade. However, it was going to take twice as many as the Victorinox to use this shorter Leatherman blade. So if you cannot take the extra blade with you, because this does not actually fit in the Leatherman case, it's too big, then the way to go is going to be with one of the Ranger grips. Okay, and I got the 79 and the 71 Gardner. Okay, so the way to go is going to be with the Ranger grips. But if you can bring some type of, couch or something that can take these longer blades, then this is the one to go with. Okay, my name is Talon. This is Old Guy Stuff at Busy Corner Lane, and this was just a comparison of the saws that come with the Victorinox Ranger Grip knives and the Leatherman Surge. Have a great, peaceful, wonderful day, and goodbye.